Hi, Namaskaram, welcome to everyone. Today we are not just visiting a temple, we are stepping into a living miracle, a place where the truth stands fearless, where faith flows like a water, and where a Lord Ganesha himself is believed to be alive. Today, let us experience the divine story of Sri Swayambhu Varasiddhi Vinayaka Swamy at the second land of Kanipakam. Let's begin the introduction. In the peaceful lands of Andhra Pradesh, surrounded by green fields, small hills, and flowing water, there stands a temple that it is not just stone and structure, but a living miracle. The sacred temple of is Sri Swayambhu Varasiddhi Vinayaka Swamy at Kanipakam. A temple of truth, a temple of justice, a temple of divine presence over 1,000 years. But every sacred place has a story behind it. Let's say king or kingdom or divine destiny. Let us travel back in a time to understand history of Kanipakam. A temple was originally built in the early 11th century by the great Chola king called Tunga Chola I. Later, in 1336, it was expanded beautifully by the emperors of Vijayanagara dynasty. For centuries, like kings, saints, and other devotees have worshipped here. But the true power of this temple lies not in history or books. It's in miracle. So let's enter the miracle. This is not a myth, but a story that still lives in the hearts of devotees. Around 1,000 years ago, three physically challenged brothers lived near this land. One was blind, one was deaf, and another one was dumb. They survived by farming a small piece of land. One day, while drawing water from a well for irrigation, the water suddenly stopped. To deep into the well, one brother got stuck with a stone inside it. He is trying to dig in it, and suddenly the small bit of blood began flowing from the stone and the water turned red. The three brothers touched the water mixed with the blood, and the very moment the blind man could see, the deaf man could hear, the mute man could speak. Then, after some time, the villagers gathered together and they're trying to dig further. They discovered a self-manifested idol, which is Sri Swayambhu Vinayaka, the wound on his head. Still, it is visible. The idol could not be fully removed. As they trying to digging deeper and deeper, the idol kept growing. So Kanipakam was no longer just a village. It became a land chosen by the divine, and even its name carries that miracle. Let's understand what is Kanipakam. Kanipakam has a story flowing within it. The villagers broke thousands of coconuts in a devotional, which is common. So the coconut water flowed into the fields, covering more than 1.25 acre of land. Kanipakam. What exactly is Kanipakam? Kani means 1.25 land. Pakam means flow of water. So that is how, when villagers broke the thousands of coconuts in a devotion, the coconut water flooded into the fields, covering more than 1.5 acre land. Thus, the place became known as Kanipakam. Let's understand the living of idol. Even today, the idol stands inside a well filled with water. The water level remains the same in all seasons. Otherwise, it will be same in every time. The wound on the Lord's head is still visible now. The idol continues to grow in size. In 1947, a silver kavacham, which is called armor, was offered by one of the devotee. At the time, it was fit perfectly to that idol. Today, it is no longer fits. But the older kavacham are still displayed at the temple entrance, silent witness to the growing miracle. Devotees believe this is not a statue, but living a divine presence. And one of the miracle was not enough. Even the river beside this temple carries a divine story. Let us understand the story of Bahuda River. This story teaches justice, discipline, and divine forgiveness. There is another sacred legend connected to this temple. There was two younger brothers with their names called Shankudu and Litikudu, which is the known as history of the books. Once they are traveling to have darshan to Lord Vinayaka. On the way, the younger brother, hungry and tired, he plucked a mango without permission. So during that time, the king person has complained. So the king has punished him severely by cutting off both his hands. Filled with sorrow, both brothers came to the river near to the temple and prayed deeply. You know the power of that river. As they immersed themselves in the river, another miracle got happened. The younger brother's hands were restored. Since then, the river came to be known as Bahuda, which means arms restored. Even today, the river flows beside the temple. Let us go to temple truth. See, Kanipakam, it is not only a temple of blessings, it is a temple where the truth stands untested. People with disputes come here and take a holy oath before the Lord. They take a sacred dip in the temple, at the temple water, stand before the deity and swear honesty. It is believed that anyone who believes before Sri Varasiddhi Vinayaka will face divine consequences within 40 days. Even during British era, such as votes were respected. For many, this temple's judgment is stronger than any court. Let us go to spiritual significance of temple. When devotion reaches its peak, celebration begins. So, the Sri Varasiddhi Vinayaka is described in ancient scriptures as the embodiment of the supreme truth. The idol uniquely faces north, which is rare. Every morning, the first rays of the sun will touch the feet of Lord Vinayaka, and slowly it rises to the head. A powerful spiritual symbol. Devotees take Ganapati Diksha. It would be 41 days, the full 21 days which is off, or 11 days. Similarly like how Ayappa Diksha are. But this Diksha must be only end at Kanipakam. Now let us understand what the Brahmosam celebrations. Imagine thousands of lamps, devotees chanting, the Lord taken in grand procession. Every year during Vinayaka Chavati, the 21 days of Brahmosam will be celebrated and lakhs of devotees will gather. The deity is taken in grand processions. And also, the temple becomes a sea of devotion. There will be some silk garments also offered during these 21 days of Brahmotsavam. the devotees will buy and take it away with them. The experience, even so whoever visited the devotees, the local beliefs will say that you can ask any devotee who has visited Kanipakam and you will not hear statistics, you will hear miracles. The devotees will say the water from the well feels spiritually powerful. Wishes are fulfilled quickly here. Let's say the business success, on marriages blessings, health improvements, like other common testimonies like getting job. But still the idol feels compassionate and accessible. The many others say before even entering the temple, their burdens feel will be lighter. Okay, let's coming to the where this temple is located. The temple is located which is in India, south part of India, which is the state of Andhra Pradesh, 12 kilometers from Chittoor. Chittoor is the district of Kanipakam and 82 kilometers from Tirupati in the place Irala Mandal of Andhra Pradesh. And the temple is surrounded by agriculture lands. There are small hills, a sacred tank, Bahuda river flowing nearby. The atmosphere is cool, calm, deeply spiritual. Emotionally belief. Kanipakam is not just a temple, it is a faith rising from water. It is truth standing above fear. It is a living symbol of justice and compassion for 1,000 years, so till today. Sri Varasiddhi Vinayaka Swamy has blessed millions, millions, and continues to grow just like faith of his devotees. Thank you, Om Sri Kanipakam Vinayaka Swamy. Please subscribe, follow for more devotional Hindu temples and history. Thank you.